So we'll wait for some more members or we can start.
Yeah, sure. So hi guys, so I am Sarang, so I am Vice President Marketing here with Diamante Blockchain. So Diamante Blockchain has formed in 2018 and we have our own blockchain network which is called as Diamante Net, which is fourth generation enterprise grade layer 1 blockchain network. So and welcome guys to this Diamante Net Hackathon, which is powered by Diamante Blockchain. So the agenda of this workshop is to get you comfortable with Diamante Net and how you can build the dApps, and you can ask queries as well. Like what we have 7 tracks, which is listed in Devfolio, and the recording of this session will be sharing you through email from Devfolio portal. So you will be getting a notification as well as an emailer. So just check out Devfolio. By today evening, we'll be sharing you the recording, and also follow our socials. So because we are coming up with exciting contests and updates, and soon our token, which is called as DIAM, which is built on our own blockchain protocol, which is Diamante Net. So yes, guys. So I am wishing you all the best and hope that you build more dApps on our platform. So today workshop is taken up by Mr. Surya. So he is our group technical lead, and Mr. Calvin Joshua. So he is our blockchain lead. So over to you, Surya. We can start the session.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Saram. Good morning, everyone. So welcome to Diamante Net Hackathon. So we're thrilled to have you all here today. So this hackathon you to showcase your skills and creativity and innovative thinking. So let's go for it. So let me talk first about today's agenda. So I hope everyone can see my screen. So about today's agenda, we'll first talk about what is Diamante Net and what is DCP and what are the operations provided by Diamante Net and what are the tracks you can build on Diamante Net and how to build all the tracks, what are the things are there and how you can submit your project. So all these things we will talk about. So first is about Diamante Net. So it is established on 2018 and got forked from Stellar Blockchain. So we are starting working on depth and we can actually with the better engagement and the better throughput or scalability measures of our network and how the Diamante network get into existence. So from that inception until now, we have worked on various updates and security features. So it has evolved as fourth generation layer 1 blockchain. As you say, layer 1 blockchain means you can say that fundamental layer of fundamental infrastructure for any blockchain network. So it is the foundation layer where you can build any dApps or anything, another thing, any other layers on top of it. So layer 1 blockchain are responsible for consensus mechanism, transaction validation, and ensuring network security. So these are the main pillars for this our layer 1 blockchain network, Diamante Net. Okay, so now we'll talk about, as you know, that every network, every blockchain network in consensus is a vital role for every blockchain network. So here also in our Diamante Net, we are using DCP protocol. DCP is for Diamante Consensus Protocol. So it's based on Federated Byzantine Agreement, FBA. As you know that some other blockchains, public blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or Bitcoin based on proof of work, which relies on nodes computational power, and Ethereum based on proof of stake, it's based on node staking power. So our blockchain is based on the nodes relying on the agreements of the different trusted nodes. So as you can see, the structure of our network, here you can see different nodes or different machine or computers are joined together by mutually agreeing or mutually trust to each other. So here you can see all the different types of node are joining into our network. Okay, so actually they are formed a quorum set where mutually agreed nodes are grouped together. So any transaction error, anything happen in our network, so you can say these are all validated or voted by these trusted nodes. So after then only that will be accepted by, if so after only if accepted by all the trusted nodes and all, so then only you will accept the transaction and confirm the transaction. Okay, so after only the accept these three layers, three checks, validity checks and acceptance check and confirm, then only you are publishing into our uh, log archiving node. So here we have two types of nodes. One is validator node and one is archiving nodes. So validator node actually for this validity checks and all these things, acceptance and confirmation. And archiving node is only for to log the archive, to log all kind of transaction and all the different operations. Also, we are also storing into our blockchain DB. So all the about all transaction and account related information. Okay, so we move into the next part, that is different operations provided by Diamante Net. So you can see that different operations, like you can create accounts and you can send and receive payments, and you can create trust line between the account so they can send each other. So without trust line you can't send, or you can't uh, trust relationship with another account. Okay, so these are the things, and also you can create assets, uh, any token or any assets, real world asset you can create on our blockchain. Also, we are offering market maker, automated market maker. That is, so you can create your own liquidity and own token, which you can buy and sell. So these are the operations provided by the Diamante Net. So more into this. So on these operations, you can build your dApps or on these tracks. So yeah, we have different kinds of tracks, like 7 tracks we are providing you. So on this track, various tracks, you can build your own project and for this hackathon. So these are the tracks. Already you have got the information in that dev folio link. So here also will provide this how you can build on these tracks. So to more about this, I'll introduce Calvin. So he'll join from this. Over to you, Calvin.
Yeah, good morning, guys. That was a good session, Surya. So before I start discussing about these topics, I would like to for today's session, I would like to explain the operations which was discussed by Surya in detail, so that once you all have a detailed understanding about operations, you can imagine, you can develop your dApps accordingly. So I will just tell what is create account. You guys might be thinking like it's like other EVM, sorry, other networks like EVM based, where you can simply create a key pair in a code level. Things don't work here like that in Diamond Net. Let's say the key signing algorithm used by Diamond Net is ED25519. So if you have created a simple key pair which consists of a public and private key, and if you query that public key to our client, Aurora client, you guys might get an error telling that 404 resource not found, because according to a network, that particular account doesn't have any state in the network. So in order for account to have a state in Diamond Net, the account should hold a minimum base reserve defined by the network. The base reserve will be defined by validators by voting over the time. Currently the base reserve we have in testnet is one. So if you want to create an account, you have to create a key pair, and you have to take the public key from the key pair and create a transaction. Um, Sorry, anybody have any queries? Okay. So once you have created a key pair, if you want to activate that account, which means you want to create a state for that account, you have to take another account which has sufficient funds, create a transaction with the operation called create account, where you'll be mentioning the account public ID for which you want to create a new state and the starting balance. Here is note: the starting balance you'll be giving, it should be always equal to or greater than reserve balance. If it goes below the reserve balance, then you guys will be getting error saying that starting balance is too low than reserve balance. So this is the process of creating account before you get started. And coming to send and receive payments, we have payment operation which can be used to transfer native asset which is DIAM as well as any custom assets created in our network. Apart from it, we also do have pay strict receive, pay strict send. I would like to tell you guys go to our developer docs so that you can get a detailed explanation how it can be used. I will just brief. It's a simple operation which can be used to transfer assets. And coming to third point, create trust lines. First, I would like to explain about create assets before I can explain you guys about trust lines. So let's say someone is creating asset token. Let's say someone is creating a wrapped version of BTC on a network. So that this token, which is a wrapped version of BTC in our network, always as resembles to a real life BTC asset. Okay. Now let's say you have, people want to trade it off. Initially, there will be a minter who will represent a financial identity. He will create tokens which represents BTC on a network, and now he will be collecting this transfer will be happening. Like he might send the wrapped BTC to others, and from that point the assets will start its own flow. So here, before a person can accept asset, custom asset, apart from native asset, custom asset from any other person, first he has to create a trust line, telling that okay, I'm ready to accept this asset issued by this particular trust. Only when this trust is finished or completed, then the user can start accepting the assets. If a user has not created any trust line, then which he can't receive any assets. The reason why this thing is there is, as I discussed in previous scenario, someone has created a wrapped BTC which represents a real Bitcoin asset. Now this wrapped asset will have a issue address. Let's call it as ABC. Okay. Now let's assume there is another imposter who has created asset with the same name, wrapped BTC, but since it was created by his account, the issue address will be his address. Let's say CBD. Now, for a third person who wants to receive, who is about to receive BTC, and this imposter is trying to confuse him or like spam him by sending this fake tokens. Automatically, this transaction would fail because the user had not created trust line for this imposter to accept this asset. So this makes token transfers or custom token transfers handling efficient in our network. Coming to manage buy offer and manage sell offer, and our network is made for financial systems. So we our network supports on-chain AMM and also text which can be created very easily because order books can be maintained here and automatic route search can be centrally by our network. So this managed by offer and sell offer can be used for people who are developing DEX or some or AMM protocols. So now we have gone through major operations on Diamond Net. Let's discuss how they can be used in that. So coming to DeFi track DEX, I just explained. We have operations like trust line, manage by offer, manage sell offer, payment strict, payment receive. Using these operations, DEX can be developed. I have briefly explained about the operations because going in detail about each operation would take a lot of time. So I encourage you guys that you guys have got some clarity. Go to developer docs and get an understanding of each operations in detail. And coming to gaming track, we all know that in gaming track we have uh, many assets to be managed, and bringing these assets tokenized on a blockchain network creates a strong base for any gaming industry. So tokenizing asset means the transaction should be instant. There should not be delay, and there should not be any confusion among the users. Like there should be no way of spamming someone or creating some malfunction inside the application. So coming to network, we have I think Surya explained you about a consensus mechanism. So on average, a transaction takes less than 5 seconds to settle, and also having these concepts like trust line makes process efficient. And coming to next part, non NFTs and real world asset. Yeah, same thing. Creating NFTs or a real world asset seems it's quite easy to build, and also transaction transfer of these tokens are instant. And also, I have told the importance of trust line, which makes this process efficient. Yeah, we can go next, Surya. Okay. So now, coming to developing apps, what all things you guys can use it on developing apps? First one, you guys have to, as I discussed yesterday, objective. Like you have to list out all the objectives of your apps, and you have to make sure that they can be built without Diamond Net using our operation support. And next, for development environment, we have JS SDK and Golang SDK from our end. And also we do have our Diamond extension, which can be easily integrated in your dApps so that users can onboard very efficiently. You all are aware that we have a Diamond mobile application, which has like quite a good number of downloads. And let's say when your applications are getting hit and users find it attractive to use it, that time they might import their existing mobile wallet into the extension, and they can easily onboard to your dApps. And dApps, you guys can use whichever language you guys are comfortable, or according to application's nature. If it is a lightweight, if everything is done on client side, then JSSDK is enough. If you want to do some computational task in server end, you can use Go service. And if you guys want to get more idea about it, you can refer our developer docs where we have sample implementation, which includes front-end code as well. I would like Surya to explain about the project submission process. And if you guys have any doubt till now about the operations I discussed, about things we discussed, you guys can ask me.
Yes. So about the project submission, uh, already you have the Devfolio link, so where you can submit all your projects. But it must have a README file and some document about your project so that we can understand what are the project about and what are the steps are there, what are the modules are there. So as per that, we can check all these things. So some tips are so understand your project problem. So you can make sure fully understand the hackathon theme and the problem statement you are doing. Then make plan accordingly and utilize your resources properly. Okay, and collaborate with your team leads and your mentors for your guidance and test thoroughly. So you can you have to upload into our GitHub repository and share that link in our uh, Devfolio platform. Okay, so now we can start the QA session.
Yeah, guys, if you have any queries, you can ask. You can unmute yourself and ask questions.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So I have one query what is the authentication system on Diamond blockchain? Is there any kind of Web2 credentials based logging like OAuth?
No. The signing algorithm followed here is ED25519. It is similar. It's similar to other blockchain networks, which consist of a public key and private key. Which means each of your transaction will be signed by a private key, and it will be checked against the transaction object with the source account mentioned. So to be simple, authentication is managed through public and private key infrastructure.
Like if we want to onboard a new user on our DApp, then how we will create account for him? Like what things we have to provide from our end?
So if you want to create a account for user in Diamante Net, first first a key pair should be generated, which key pair of ED25519 format will be created, and a transaction will be created from your end with your account, which is already funded with enough times, and you're using this create account operation, where the create account operation object takes two fields. One is the account which has to be activated. Another one is the starting balance. With what balance this account should be created. So once this transaction is successful, then you can see the user account is created. As new state has been formed, and from that point, user can use that wallet to do all type of interactions.
So we'll share all the developers links and also we have sample projects also in GitHub and laboratory. We have Diamante Net laboratory, so you can check all the operations.
You can also go to our laboratory website. There you can see what the keeper is getting generated instantly and how it's getting funded. And if you take the transaction hash and go to our explorer, you can see what are options involved and what was the source account which created it.
So in our DApp, if user create an account and its key value pair are generated, so we can show that on our platform and user need to remember it, and then he can attach it with further transactions. Is it like
Yes,
that?
yes, if you have created and funded a wallet for user, that is user's responsibility. It depends on your nature of application. If it is a non-custodial application, then user has to manage their private keys securely. Or else if it is a custodial application, you will be in charge of use private key. Depends on
So,
your nature of application.
so for every new transactions, user need to enter its private key manually.
Yes, for every transaction, user has to sign it with this or her private key.
Do we have some extensions like similar to MetaMask or any keychain
Yes,
wallet?
yes, we have DIAM wallet extension,
Oh,
which is like MetaMask. We can connect, you can sign transaction. Extension here, I will just give a brief. If you want a user to make a transaction, then your client application would create a transaction object, Send it to our extension because we have a sign functionality. When you call it from use it using Windows object, passing the transaction object from extension using the user's proprietary, the transaction will be signed and the signature will be written back. And after that, the transaction can be submitted.
So can you share the documentation link for dealing with that extension?
Yeah, sure. We'll be adding it in our developer docs. You can find it very soon. How to
I have
integrate.
added in the chat. There is a developer documents. There is our GitHub link, and DIAM wallet links are also there for Google Android users and Apple users. So while sharing the recording, we will be also sharing you all these links. So we will share you the recording links and other reference links from Devfolio page, so that you will get a notification and as well as an email.
Yeah, and I have shared some links also on Explorer links, so you can check different dApps built on our network. So you can find us all the sample dApps there.
I have one more question.
Sure, please ask.
Yes,
I have heard somewhere that Diamond does not support smart contracts. So how can we, if we want to do something like automation, which a transaction self-execute based on certain conditions, like escrow service. So how can I implement that without smart contracts?
We support time-bound based transactions. For example, you might create a transaction telling that okay, this transaction can be submitted only between this time interval mentioned, and the XTR will be produced. So now, when this XTR is submitted during this time bound, only that time the transaction would pass. If it is if it is submitted before or prior the time bounds, you would be getting error telling that time bound is exceeded. And I can understand for storing this XTR, you have to find a solution whether it can be stored in a user's account resource or somewhere. Because as you stated, we don't support smart contracts, so automations should be handled by this way. In case you want, like you told about escrow, yeah, we support time-bound based operations. You can define a transaction when within which time limit it should be submitted or valid.
Okay, got it. So for this hackathon, if we make our project, so are we limited to use only a Diamond blockchain for storing all the data, or we can maintain a database off chain also, like MongoDB or MySQL?
yes, you
So
can
if
use
you
your
plan,
own database.
yes, that won't be a
So
problem. If you plan to use MongoDB or IPFS as your storage provider, that won't be a problem.
okay, thanks.
Right. So I have a few questions. Uh, when you say that we can build a DEX on a diamond, uh, for what will we build the DEX? Because as far as I know, and as far as the use case of the blockchain goes, there are no other tokens on Dime, right?
What if you create a custom assets which represent some fiat currency like US dollar? If
Correct. But again, that would not be a DEX, right? That would be fiat onboarding. So, and also, like, are there any addresses for wrapped DIAM on PEP20 networks?
yes, yes, we have. I'll put it down here. And I was not clear with your question. You asked me how DEX can be utilized, how DEX can be created on Diamante Net.
Yeah,
Was
because
it?
there are no other tokens, right? Because like let's say for Ethereum, there is no Ethereum on Diamond Net until now, correct?
Yes.
So
Um,
exactly, and so we'll have to create the assets, right? Wrapped Ether, wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped whatever, BNB.
At this point of time, we are welcoming more dApps on our network. So if there are few dApps which has a good traction, then the users of the dApp would require to spend their ethers or Bitcoin or Binance token. In that case, we also welcome few financial identities to come and build wrapped assets representing those assets in our Diamante Net. So in that case, DEX would be a key player in our network. Because if a user has DIAM, if he wants to use it as ether, or if a user has onboarded his wrapped ether, he wants to convert to DIAM, that case DEX is required. So at this point of time, we don't have any assets, but slowly assets will be onboarding assets into our network, which represents other assets, both crypto as well as fiat.
Correct. So, and another question that I had is that say if we what about the liquidity pool? Because any wrap tokens they require a liquidity pool on the other blockchains, right? Like let's say wrapped ether
Sorry to interrupt
hello,
you.
can you guys hear me?
Your voice is breaking.
Is it okay now?
Yes, yes, now you're clear. So you may mean to ask
Am I
how
audible right now?
liquidity? Yes, you mean to ask me how
Yes.
liquidity can be provided.
Yeah. So for the liquidity pools, right? Yeah, correct.
Yes, we have. I have showed you the operations like right buy sell offer, my buy manage. Sorry, buy manage buy offer and manage buy sell offer. You can see our developer docs how these two options can be combined together, so you can provide a liquidity for asset.
Correct. But we would also have to use bridges, right? To get the like let's say to convert BTC to wrapped BTC or something like that. So what about the creation of bridges? Are there any bridges that have already been built on Diamond or is it still like new?
No, we have a bridge support only for our dime tokens as of at this point. We don't have bridge functions for all assets. At this point, we have our own bridge solution where you can move Dime tokens from Diamond Net to Binance network or to Ethereum network. We have support only for Dime tokens as of now.
As of now, we have support
Yes,
only for Diamond token, right?
yes. So
So let's say that for the hackathon, I'm creating a DEX application. Would
okay.
it be suitable by creating, let's say, dummy assets on a DIAM network? Because it would be very hard, right? And it would be very capital heavy process to actually create wrapped tokens with liquidity in them, correct?
Hmm. Yeah, for a hackathon purpose, you can create dummy tokens on Diamond Net. Testnet, you can create tokens, custom assets, and you can use these assets to, building your decks.
Okay. And another thing I wanted to know is, let's say that we do create the decks, and we have some added functionalities to the decks too. So, is there any scope realistically that going ahead, we can actually partner with DIAM and, deploy our DApp on, the network, like by partnership, having a partnership with the DIAM network?
That I have to check with my team. But during a project submission, that I have to check with the team.
Okay, great. And can you please also give me your Discord ID? Because I tried texting on the group, but on dev chat channel, but I could not get any response. Like the queries have just been there for days. So if you
Okay,
could please share your.
Yeah,
let me tell my team to check it out. They will respond to you ASAP.
yeah.
Okay, okay,
I am sharing you our Linktree link, so wherein you can find all our socials. So in that Discord link is
Okay.
also there.
No, no, for the socials for the company or for the the devs.
Yeah, this is the Discord link you will find for the server only. So in that there is one channel which is called as Hackathon. So in that you can list your queries.
Okay, great. And also, I would be requiring some resources from DIAM because I'm also like integrating a bot into my decks. So, who would be the right person to talk for that?
Surya, can you answer?
That we
Can
have
you
to
come again?
check out. But I am here only to provide technical support for this workshop. I will put this query with my team and I'll let you know.
Great. It would be beneficial if, like I can get a person who can be my, point of contact for this hackathon, through whom I can, just relay these queries and whatever resources I might need.
See, you can reach out in Discord link we have shared just now. In that there is
Yeah,
one.
I'm already a part of the Discord channel.
In that only we will solve the queries. I mean, we'll respond the queries.
Correct, but some of my queries would be confidential, right? Because I do not like I don't want to reveal anything about my project before the hackathon, like before the hackathon ends.
So that we can discuss later. So meanwhile, you can drop an email uh, okay, to us. I'm sharing you the email ID here.
Yeah, great, that
On,
works.
on DevFolio link, we have one email developers@diamanteblockchain.com. So there you can list your query. So on
Okay, okay.
the DevFolio page,
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Developers at uh, is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, great.
yeah, this
No, no, sorry. Diamante chain, not Diamante blockchain.
Diamante Blockchain.
Okay,
All
wait,
right.
word.
Should this be fine?
Yeah, you can copy paste from DevFolio, right? It's already
The
there.
dev folio, right? Yeah, okay, no worries. So I'll be in touch with the team. I already spoken to Sarang, but obviously Sarang is the VP for marketing. So obviously, like that wasn't the right point of contact. But I'll be in touch on Discord, and I look forward to the resources that you can provide.
Yes, anything you can share it with in this mail ID only. So all the developers are there to,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, sure. So anyone having queries so that we can wind up the session. So this is our last workshop, guys. So I will be sharing you the recording through email on DevFolio. From DevFolio, we will be sending you in emails, and you will also get a notification, I guess. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Surya and Calvin, for taking this workshop. So all the best, guys, for this hackathon. So the last date of submissions is July 7th. So please follow the instructions which is given in the presentation. And yes, all the best. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all. All the best.